Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your shmoney. It is Friday. Bumpy week, but we started February with a blast. Okay, listen, today we're talking about GloRilla's sister speaking out and saying that GloRilla is obligated to help their family financially. Now, she claims that while GloRilla has shown gifts and support for certain people, their mother is still working and the family is not being taken care of in the way the public believes. Now, this story raises a bigger conversation that a lot of people can relate to. I mean, a lot of people can relate to. When you make it, does it automatically mean that you are responsible for everyone? And how do you help family without losing control of your finances, your peace, and your boundaries? So I'm big on boundaries, but it took me a very, very, very long time before I was able to really put those in place without feeling guilty. So listen, we've got a beautiful panel today. We are going to get in it. Listen, I know nobody has talked about this yet, but I'm going to talk about it. Yes, it's Friday. I don't know about y'all, but I am still in blackout mode. I will continue to be in blackout mode. I will make sure that I only shop Black owned, and I will make sure that I don't shop where my money doesn't count. If you still in it, it's been over a year, y'all. It's been over a year. If you still in it, put that hashtag in there and let us know that you riding with the cause. Now, today we have Yolanda, insurance broker to the stars. We have Marye, she's Esquire and WallStreetLawyer.com. We have Deborah at Deborah Will Win. And you guys got little old crazy me, Lala Key, international real estate agent. Now, listen, ladies, this is going to be a really good topic just because, it's kind of hard when you think about family and taking care of family and, doing the right thing. But what is the right thing? Sometimes you just don't know. So, Deborah, when you first heard about her family coming out and saying that she's not doing what they pretty much expect her to do, what were your initial thoughts on that?
Let her live. Let her live. Like she just got this new fame. She's just getting this new money. Like you can't try to pull her back to where she came from. Let her live. She needs to sort things out. She's a young person. First of all, if you're older than she is, you should be helping her in some type of a way, or finding out how can I help you along the way to make this money. And then maybe perhaps they can help, make money together. But come on, let her live. She just got this. She ain't even been in the game 10 years yet. Come on. Let her investments turn over.
I'm with you on that. The minute somebody thinks that you got something, they want something. How about you, Yolanda?
Look, I'm all for GloRilla's decision. I feel like she should make the best decisions for her own life. And there was a time when people made it, their families, they took care of their families and everything. And we are in a system of pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. But she should do whatever it is that she wants to do. Her background with her mother and her family was not always positive. So if she wants to separate and if she wants to spend her money on her friends and who loves her, then let her do it. She is obligated to no one.
I heard something one time in my life that really, really clicked with me. And it was actually my minister when I was growing up. And I loved my minister. She was old school and just kept it real. He said, in order to honor your mother or father, your mother or father should be honorable. And that is something I was like, you know what? You never think about both those sides. Marye, what is your thoughts on this? Can't hear you.
Okay, I was muted. This hits home for me. It's and I really feel sad for GloRilla because if her brother sister was somebody who was riding with her and loyal to her and down with her, she would not be blasting her on the internet to begin with. So the way she's behaving tells me all that I need to know. And I just pray to God that when I do a GloRilla and blow all up, that I don't have my ghetto family members coming out the woodwork. You hear that, y'all? Stay away.
Listen, it also reminds me of that story of Henny Penny. Y'all remember Henny Penny? When the story of Henny Penny, she's a little chicken. She out there working all this stuff, planting the seed, and she was asking all of her little friends, "Will you help me plant my seed?" No, we busy. Then when it was time to sit down and eat, they was like, "We would like a piece." You know, it's ridiculous to me. You're not required to take care of anyone. However, I'm also a believer of being a good human, but it's your choice of where you want to put your energy and your resources. It's as simple as that. So I would love to hear what our family, because y'all know I feel like y'all family, right? Go ahead, tell us what you're thinking about. Tell it, and also tell us where you're like watching from, because I've never asked that before, and I'm kind of curious to know like where y'all all from and watching us. Welcome to Dr. Vibe. He says B1, and the real Teresa Johnson said, raising it out. Y'all, I think I'm gonna have to go and get me some new glasses. I'm like, what in the world's going on? We have so much family here. Black Lexicon is here as well. We appreciate you. Go on and put them conversations in there. Listen, we're actually going to look at one of the videos so that we can get really into this conversation. I think it's a little cringy, but you tell me what you think. Check this out.
As a successful rapper has an obligation to help her family who is struggling back in Memphis. Out of the millions GloRilla likely has, Scarface says they're only asking for $2,500. This comes out after GloRilla defended herself with a message from her mom thanking her for everything she does for their family after her sister accused her of not helping. Keep in mind that GloRilla has 12 siblings. GloRilla's mom said to her, "Thank you so very, very much. Really didn't want to ask because you already do so much for us. Thank you so very much for all that you do. I don't take it for granted at all." Scarface told TMZ that GloRilla has an obligation to break off a chunk of change for her family every now and then. But Scar says Glo's focused on paying the way for a few of her close friends, while their mom busts her butt working at FedEx. And allegedly, GloRilla went on Facebook making a post saying Indeed.com. I'm not sure if this is actually her Facebook page, and also called out Yo Gotti in the process. GloRilla's sister also addressed her gifting their dad a new car and alleges the car doesn't have gas in it. And her sister said that she was going to go live about the situation as well, and now has an interview out with TMZ. Her sister also posted on Facebook saying, "Our parents are not straight. Our dad just borrowed $100 from her mom, and y'all think y'all know, but don't. I had to give my mom $1,800 on a $2,400 rent because y'all's favorite rapper blocked her."
Okay, well, listen. Our producer kind of let us know something behind the scenes that I didn't know, because I didn't follow this story until today. She bought her dad a house.
Yeah.
And a car.
And a car. And
Yeah.
at what point do you need to like, okay, listen, Deborah, when someone becomes successful, you know, what is their responsibility to family, or is there one at all?
I definitely believe that if you can support someone in need, you support them, but you can't be the brown bag that has a hole letting all the money go out. Like, come on. Where were you before she got this fame? Where were you before she got this come up? Were you working every day? Were you managing your own money? And just because she has the money does not mean that she needs to just give it all away. She doesn't want to be destitute again. And if she bought the dad a house and a car, what? I would be like, baby, I'm good. Live your life. Thank you. Thank you. I would have went on the internet and told them that. That's something positive. Like, you're so busy putting out the negative things. Let's put out the positive things.
You know, the negative gets the attention. Now, if y'all recall, like we all in the same age bracket. I'm the oldest one here, I'm pretty sure, because I will be 56 here. But listen, do y'all remember when MC Hammer was out and he gave everything away, and to the detriment that he ended up going into bankruptcy? And then people were like, he shouldn't have never done that. You see how the public is so fickle. But, you know, Mary, who decides what taking care of family really means? Because I don't know, house and car sounds pretty good to me.
Well, I think that your only duty is to take care of people who have taken care of me. And nothing more than that. And so her parents are not coming out complaining. It sounds like her brother's sister is the one who is complaining and causing all the ruckus on the internet. So I just, her parents are straight. She bought her father a car. And you know what? You just can't win for losing, because now you complaining that she got him a car with no gas in it. She probably had the car shipped from the dealership. I mean, they just can't be happy, can't be supportive. And with family like that, who needs enemies?
Exactly. Now, listen, the Real Black Lexicon says something I think is interesting. He said, GloRilla is not filthy rich yet. Here's the perception in Hollywood that people in the music industry, especially, my God, the music industry and acting and movies and all that stuff, have all this money. Don't you realize these record companies, they take all of that out of any kind of proceeds? And do you not know that it typically takes about 80 spins for you to get a quarter of a penny on places like Spotify, who now is downplaying your music? Just because someone is in the public eye doesn't mean that they are rolling in the dough. Now, Yolanda, I mean, unless you Michael Jackson.
I got a lot to say.
Unless you Michael Jackson,
you already know. Look, let me tell you something, girl. Warren Buffett, is not leaving his family any money. So he is a billionaire. He didn't feel obligated to leave his own children money when he passes away. So that should be telling. He wants them to pull themselves up out of bootstraps. So GloRilla doesn't have to do a darn thing. And as far as her mother and father and that relationship goes, GloRilla had a really great relationship with her father. But it was very abusive. For some reason, we kind of went out. Her mother was very abusive.
Oh,
all right. So I can see why she may not want to do anything for her mother. Her mother had these kids. She kept having all these children. There's 10 of them living in a roach-infested, rat-infested house. And somebody on the internet made a good point. GloRilla is only in her 20s. This means that her parents were having children in the 2000s, when we were all aware to stop having children or use some type of form of birth control if you can't feed the babies. Because if you can't feed the babies, then don't have the babies. And don't say maybe if you can't feed the babies.
You was gonna get that in there.
Because you already know. That's right. But my thing is, don't keep having kids and putting them in these horrible living conditions. And then they grow up, and if they don't feel like they were well taken care of growing up, they don't have no obligation to you. Bottom line. Her father was loving towards her. That's why he got the house, and that's why he got the car. Maybe she'll cash app him a couple of dollars for some gas. I don't know. But that's no one's business.
Well, at this point, if somebody's throwing all that in there, but we are saying that I didn't hear her mother come out and say anything, and I didn't hear her father come out. It basically sounds like her siblings. But Deborah, I want to know, how do you know if a family member is truly struggling, or are they just feeling entitled and demanding?
Well, that's a good one. Well, you would know if they're struggling. I mean, prior to the success, you know who's stable and who's not stable. You know who can keep a home, who can't keep a home, who can keep a car, can't keep a car. So you know that, these are not family members that just came out the woodworks. These are family members that are in her life, her parents, her siblings. So, you know who's stable and who's not stable. And again, Lala, like you said, the record labels, you get like a spending allowance. They take a chunk of your money before you even get your money, before you even can say, I'm done with the label. You sign deals that hold you in contract with them. So you're still beholden to them. So if they're not in those rooms or those spaces, they don't really know exactly what she has to pay out, what she's going through. She may not have any money until she does a tour. And even then, that's where they really make all their money, touring, selling merchandise and things of that nature. So, if you don't really know the financials behind the whole record industry, you can't say just because you see her on TV performing or in places. Sometimes you perform and you don't even get paid. It's just so you can be out there. So they have to take all of that into consideration.
You're totally right on that. And baby, they will take even after you dead and gone, these record companies are still gonna make sure they make theirs. Now, Teresa said, I would be grateful if someone gave me a house and a car. I would never ask for everything else, meaning family, would be your worst enemy when it comes down to money. Yeah. Dr. Vibe said, Lala, you are correct. A small number of people in the public eye are quote unquote making it. And QJ, you're new to me. Unless you're Kanye, I always tease about that, or Jay-Z or Beyonce, you are a couple of missed checks away from being broke. And even though some of them may make hundreds of thousands to millions, they also have high expenses. And the Real Black Lexicon said older sibling rivalry, like maybe some of this is also jealousy of her success. But Mary, should someone in this position automatically know or be expected to take care of their parents and their family financially?
I feel only a duty to take care of the people who took care of me. And that's just, I believe in karma and I believe in doing right by people. But if you were supportive of me, if you helped me eat, if you took care of, you covered my head when it was raining, if you did something, then my heart is not going to allow me to have so much plentiful and I not take care of someone who gave to me when they barely had. Right, I'm going to pay that love forward. But outside of that, but judging by the videos that I've seen of GloRilla all over the internet, I don't see her as that kind of sibling. I don't see love for GloRilla coming off out of her mouth. It don't sound like she ever loved GloRilla. Maybe jealous of her, maybe struggled with her, but I don't hear love at all. And so that's troubling to me. She don't, and then she's got these goons in the back of the video. And I saw in one of the comments, somebody said, I just want to know about the goons. Are they hired pro bono because she's supposed to be broke, right? So, and then she came out, Tory Lanez supposedly gave her the $2,500 she was asking for. Why is you acting like a crackhead all over Beyonce's internet for $2,500? Have some cool, but what she wants is her 5 minutes of fame, and she got it from being GloRilla. She is GloRilla. I hope she's happy.
Oh my God, you hit it right on the head for me, Mary. Mary, I wasn't ready for that one, but I can't tell you that I don't disagree.
This girl is a mess.
I cannot even tell
you. Ain't never lied on Mary. You ain't never lied.
It's sad because you never know when people are gonna blow, and you always hear the memes and you see the stuff. I bet they wish they would have treated you nicer. I bet they would. I bet you wish you would have gave her your sandwich when you asked for a piece. I bet you wish you would have shared your crayons when she asked. But you can tell from what we see. You can see the sibling rivalry. You can see the hate, but you don't see the love. So how dare you feel entitled to her money? You don't even like her.
And GloRilla is a grown ass woman. Okay, GloRilla, not GloRilla. GloRilla is a grown ass woman. She should be making her own money in her own way in this world. Now, if she goes to GloRilla asking for a loan for maybe a business, that's one thing. Then that will be GloRilla's decision. But GloRilla doesn't owe her anything. She doesn't owe her paying her bill. Just like GloRilla pay her own bills, GloRilla should be paying her own bills too. And that's just the bottom line.
Well, she works at FedEx, right?
Oh, she does. So what's the problem then?
And so she
said more.
She said GloRilla sent her a Cash App. I mean, a Cash App request, or said, asked her what was her Cash App. That's what she said. GloRilla asked her what was her Cash App and then blocked her.
What? Okay.
Wow.
I love my siblings. Okay, y'all. I love my sibling, all of us. Okay. And I say I will always have a good communication with my siblings. If they really needed something, I will always send them something. Always. Okay. Because those are my brother and my sisters. All right. But I have cousins. When we were growing up, my mother's children did very, very well. My aunt's children, anywho, we had cousins that felt like we should have like been giving them money and taking care of them and paying their bills and doing for them. And I'm like, no, we all grew up the same way at the same damn time. And now we're adults. I'm not obligated to pay your bills. But
Agreed.
some family members feel like you are obligated to pay their rent because you're making money and you're taking care of yourself. And if they feel like they're without, you should like step in and help. But no, I don't believe that, because it also enables that person to be lazy. That's another thing. And I think that's what GloRilla wants. She wants to like sit back and just collect a check. Yeah. No, we're all in this world together, baby. We all have to work. Yeah. We all have to put in some type of work.
Well, we definitely got some videos to look, because I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna fuel some more conversation. Because I agree with everybody saying. Now, listen, there is a difference between taking care of your village and the expectation of someone not wanting to work, just thinking just because they're associated with you that you should take care of them. There is a difference. And, I agree with Marye. Your tone really tells a lot about that. So let's check out these videos and get back into this conversation.
She ain't obligated. She ain't obligated. I was so damn hungry, I damn near ate a roach. She ain't obligated. Fuck out of here. She obligated for show, for shit show.
Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all.
Bitch fly the hoe gonna tell me send my cash app, then block me.
That's the part.
I didn't see this. He is scary.
I haven't received a red cent. No, I'm tell you one time the bitch fly the hoe gonna tell me send my cash app, then block me. I thought I got happy as hell. I damn near ready to quit my damn job. Oh God. I was ready to quit that. We was at Blue City Brewery. We was at Blue City Brewery, boo. I'm talking about I text her. My mama sent me her number. I had text her. I was gonna say, send the cash out. I'm like, man, fuck this damn job. Let the supervisor say anything to me. I'm at this motherfucker. And the bitch blocked me. Fuck. Bye.
Okay, Deborah. Deborah, I'm gonna need to know your thoughts on this, because
watch out.
While she is funny, it's also she's serious. She's serious about this. It's just the way she's delivering it. So, Deborah, what are your thoughts on this? Because honestly, I feel it's being a little attention whorish to me.
First of all, she's about to get an agent. That's what I'm putting. she's trying to get put on right now. And she's using GloRilla to get herself put on right now because she's hilarious. Talking about you about to quit your job while you at your job at FedEx. And FedEx is big in Memphis. A lot of people are employed by them. But come on now. Like, really? She going viral. She's definitely viral now. So,
oh yeah, she's probably got a million new followers on that, because let's face it, people love car wrecks. All right, doesn't matter what's happening. They love to rubberneck it and see what's going on. But this was a little much for me. That is not even in Lala's energy realm. I can't that just made me just want to just cringe. I mean, I immediately want to turn stuff off like that. I just can't do it. But Jasmine said, this is heartbreaking. Did she grow up being taught love is I birthed you, so you owe me? Or blood is thicker than water, regardless. Blood is thicker than water, regardless. Yolanda, I need you to answer that one. Is blood thicker than water, regardless?
Hell no. Wow. Hell no. Water will flow infinitely. Okay. It isn't thicker than water. You will have your biggest supporters outside of your family. And I know that for a fact. All right. So I do not agree with that. And also you will have your biggest family outside of your biological family. Your family is who you make it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Not who you were born into. That's
Mhm.
that's one thing. So I don't know what GloRilla problem is. GloRilla just mentioned, and Deborah, you are so correct. GloRilla is about to be on the Zeus network fighting somebody. Okay. She's about to be on the Zeus network fighting somebody because that is the reason why her ass came out with all this mess. She wants to be on TV. That's
And
it.
she's stepping on her sisters. She's willing to
Yeah.
throw her sister under the bus.
Under the bus.
There.
Exactly.
So I've been there, and I really feel sad and sorry for GloRilla. And to be honest, I was the sibling who poured into my other sibling to the detriment of myself.
Yeah.
And it took me going all the way. That's how I met Dr. Yolanda Van Zant. Okay, because I went to her to go fix my brother. Okay. And she told me, she yelled it at the top of her lungs. She said, because you know how she talk, let him go. That's what she told me. That's exactly how she said it. Because you know how she is. That's exactly
Not on my watch.
She yelled at me, let him go. You can't do it for him. He has got to do it for himself. And quite honestly, I felt like that's where some of the sibling hate in the sibling robbery came from. Because while I was carrying you, I got stronger. I bulked up like the Hulk, right? And he didn't have any, he couldn't even walk on his own legs. Is what years of doing that will do to a sibling. Codependency, right?
Yeah.
It did not help him. It did not help him be a better person. It only made me suffer. And really both of us suffered in a scenario like that. When
you do suffer as an enabler.
Helping you, my best help for you is to believe in the God power within you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I believe in you. And I'm becoming your crutch. I am not helping you or me. So
because the thing about it is that they expect, because I had a sibling like that before, until we had to all teach her a lesson. You really do. You're a grown ass woman. You have to really take care of yourself. You're responsible for yourself in this world fully. Now we're here to support, of course. We're not going to leave you out like that. But we really had to pull back because the enabler gets hurt. You get hurt. Okay, financially, mentally, and emotionally. And then the person who you're enabling also gets hurt because they never learn their lesson and they keep putting themselves in that situation. You have to find a way out of your own shit, basically. Mm-hmm. You have to find your way out of your own shit. You can't keep asking for a lifeline from people. Then you'll never get the message and you'll never get the lesson.
The term 1, 2, 3, release them is real. That term, you have to release them. You cannot.
Have you guys heard of the butterfly? The story of the butterfly. So the caterpillar is in the cocoon, in the chrysalis. Is really a chrysalis. And a guy walks by and he sees the beautiful caterpillar butterfly struggling to get out of the chrysalis. And so he decides, you know what? Let me go over and help this butterfly get out this thing. And so he takes his scissors and he nips the end of it. And the butterfly just falls out and falls all the way to the ground. You know why? Because part of that struggle, the struggle to get out of the chrysalis, is what builds the muscles in the wings so that the butterfly can take flight. And if you step in and interrupt that process, now the butterfly does not have the muscles in his wing to fly and carry his own body. That's what happens in those codependent relationships. The best thing GloRilla could do is say, girl, I believe in you, girl.
I don't disagree. Now, RLI says, notice GloRilla didn't ask Glo for a job. She just wanted to be handed money.
Glo she ready for that Zeus network check, girl. She ready for that Zeus network check.
She wants to go viral.
She want to be the next Christian, whatever her name is.
I want to say GloRilla has advertisement in her. She's doing a great job at it. She has advertisement, marketing. She's doing a great job at it. Like, she could have been helping her sister along that way. She actually is, because now everybody's going to go back and look at GloRilla. They're going to look at both of them, GloRilla and BroRilla, and see, okay, what y'all doing next? Where y'all going to be?
You know what, Deborah? You make a good point, because say, for instance, BroRilla was with GloRilla as like a marketing person, you know, or her sidekick or whatever, they would be a force to reckon with. They'll be like, you know how Cardi B was with her sister? I don't know. Exactly. Cardi B and her sister was like so funny together. They could be like that.
I don't know. I think I see your point about that, Yolanda, but then some people's mindsets do not go with your mindset. You have to look at what, you know, because water and oil do not go together. Now, Cardi B and her sister, to me, they seem to still have something that jive. They still had a connection. But in this case, I just don't see that connection. And you can't always take everybody with you. That's not their space. I mean, am I being too critical about that comment, Deborah?
No, you're not. You're absolutely not. Because there's a negative piece in there, you know, we feel the negative. We feel it in the screen. We feel when she yelled that last video, I felt that. I felt that. So, and like you said, Lala, as soon as you see something like that, I'm swiping up, left, right, out of it. I'm getting out of it. I can't take on that kind of energy. So, you know, I don't believe it's an act. I don't think they're coercing or working together to do this. But it could have been done positively where it would have worked for the both of them. Yeah. As the energy, we felt it through the screen. So,
well, how could you not be screaming through the whole thing? Right, but let's check out a couple more videos that that BroRilla has done, and let's get back into the conversation. Check this out.
What? Woo!
Yeah, we gotta get ready for this.
Mama sit here in this whole struggle. Y'all thought she bought a house. She did not buy my mama no motherfucking house. Ali, have Gloria gave you a red cent since she hit? Okay, you don't even do shit for our autistic brother. I know he ain't do shit to you. We got an autistic brother. You don't even do shit for him. Nothing. You ain't got none of us nothing. The same motherfuckers who you was sitting there eating ketchup sandwiches with. We sitting there motherfucker eating canned beans and shit. On the floor. So literally taking baths out of bottles of water, bro. Nigga taking baths out of bottles of water. God, so when she did all that shit, I called DCS. Yes, I called DCS. I called DCS on our mother. I got tired again, booked for a stitching cord for petty shit. All that. So, Gloria, you know all this struggle we've been through.
I told y'all the mother was abusive. I told y'all the mother was abusive. And she just said that
she's
the mother
not obligated, but she obligated to do shit with motherfucking friends. Y'all got me. Then, bro, they acting like, then they coming like a mother gave us shit anyway. That was on the airplane getting signed and got it, and you ain't see not one sibling on that. And his big ass probably got something to do with it too. Tell that big ass I want him too.
Okay, I'm just like, like my whole spirit is gone. But listen, let's like, there's a couple of things that I picked up out of that. Okay. And I want to hear your thoughts on this. And then Marye, I'm going to direct this one to you. A couple of the key things that I heard was, to me, BroRilla is totally trying to guilt Glo into doing something that she wants her to do. So how do you set boundaries without guilt?
I think it comes down to self-love. You have to really, self-love. And I'm a shout out to Carl Jung, one of the world's greatest psychologists. He has really been helping me get through some shadow work and really put family and stuff in perspective. So shout out to Carl Jung. Get into him, because he will help you process that trauma, because unfortunately we have a lot of trauma in the Black community.
We do.
We
You know,
do, but that just, I mean, hey, you tapped right into that because Ashley, thank you for being here. She's from my page. Listen, she said she needs therapy. She has major trauma. And I have to agree with that. Do you feel that way, Yolanda? Do you feel like she really has trauma? Because you just said that they have trouble, like their mother wasn't kind.
Yeah, I heard that the mother was quite abusive, quite abusive. And that's why GloRilla doesn't mess with her mama. You know, she may give her a little something here and there, but she's not really taking care of her mother. You see her taking care of her father. He got a whole car and a whole house. You know what I'm saying? But of course, all those babies, even the autistic one, okay. And the autistic one the responsibility of the autistic one is the parents. The parents should be responsible for that child, not GloRilla. But yes, all of them need therapy. Each and every last one of them came from that same environment of poverty and despair, living with rats, roaches. You heard her talking about ketchup sandwiches, okay? So all of them need some type of form of therapy. Therapy will be her best friend.
I can't even begin to tell you that, even without money. I'm gonna be very open, and most people know this about me, but those who don't, like my birth mother left me at my aunt's house. My aunt to me is my mother. She left me there when I was 3 years old. When I say mama, I mean that's my mama, and I refer to my birth mother as Joyce. And even though Joyce came back into my life at 18, I felt, I mean, she wanted some things from me, but I couldn't give them. I felt like, I can love you for what you've done for me, and the fact that you at least put me in a place where you knew that I was going to be taken care of, and I respect you for that. But when it comes down to did you want, I can't do that for you.
Yeah.
I have to take care of my mama who did all the work for me. And it's not putting her down. To me, that was my boundaries.
Exactly.
And you have to, no matter where you have money or not, you still got to learn to do those boundaries. And let me tell you something, if I didn't have some kind of therapy with that, me and my little old Piscean heart would have been trying to do everything for everyone to my own detriment, right? So, Deborah, why do you feel that people publicly accuse family members instead of handling it privately? Now, I know that the most top answer in your head is probably going to be because they want attention. But why do you really think that is? Why do you think that people take things publicly before they handle them privately?
I believe that this is the way that GloRilla is exposing, the family. They probably were trying to keep it a secret. But once she said that she called, in New York, it's called CPS. I think she said it's called DHS, something down there in the South. Once you call them, first of all, your business is out there. Now you're being investigated. Whenever you get a call or charges like that, as far as CPS is concerned, it's a cry for help. They needed help. And the mom apparently didn't know how to get help. She kept taking herself and her children down an abusive spiral. And this is the result of it. Now it's time for healing. Now it's time for repair. I don't know how much repair will happen, but individually, they got to get help. They got to get help. If they can't do it collectively, they definitely have to do it individually so they can move on from this. We want to see a more positive outcome after this. I don't think Yolanda can handle this one, but I think that, this might be out of her realm. We might have to get a younger therapist that can, hoodize this, but yeah.
yeah, you got to get down in them dirty trenches sometimes. But we're only talking about this because it has been put out here so publicly, and it seems like absolutely everything now has to be public, and that's like nobody ever wants to put it behind closed doors. At what line? I think this is a good question to ask, Yolanda. At what line do we feel like people are helping when they're coming out and saying things, or harming? Perfect example of what I just told you. To me, what I said publicly was, this may help someone to understand that they have boundaries. And that's not just putting out all my information out there. To me, what I said it because maybe it will help someone else. Clearly, with GloRilla, that this is not the case. So, at what point does the public perception and the attention cause us, where do you draw the line with that? Like, there's clearly a good, there's clearly a bad, but where is the line?
Man, there's really no line because you are your own entity walking this earth, and GloRilla is her own entity walking this earth. And if she feels like she has to shout or to the, off the rooftops what happened to her growing up and her relationship with GloRilla, if that's how she has to heal, then that's just how she has to heal. No one can tell you how to heal on this earth. You can tell somebody to do this, that, and the third, because maybe that worked for you, but you can never tell somebody who was harmed on this earth how to heal. You can't tell them how long it takes to heal. You can't tell them any of those things. You can't even tell them really where to heal. Yes, we all know to go to therapy, right? But sometimes the internet can be therapeutic for some people. All right. So this is just her way of, I guess, doing whatever she has to do for her life, whether it's to seek fame, fortune, healing, whatever it is. This is her way of doing it. Is it going to backfire? Perhaps, perhaps, but this is her way. So really, to me, there is no line. We can't tell another entity on this earth how to behave and what to do.
Exactly.
We can show them, but we really can't tell them.
Yeah.
They're going to do what they want to do. We're only responsible for ourselves.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
Exactly. But Marye, with this being said, and we know that, do you feel that GloRilla has a responsibility to answer publicly, or is it her right to not even address this? Because when things like this happen, it seems like the public demands and assumes. So do you feel that she is obligated to come out publicly to address this?
I feel sorry for GloRilla. I feel like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place, because the best thing to do is to take the high road and, pay it dust. I guess she's posted some responses. I think she posted a job application to FedEx or something like that, an Indeed thing, so she's done a little bit back, but if I was her, I would not address it. I would not, because that's not how a person of status, she's got too much. She's the one got too much to lose. She's over there. She's got, her time is a lot more money than GloRilla's time. And so by addressing it, she's going to give her energy. She's going to give her fuel. And I wouldn't I would think that she's gotten enough off my name. I wouldn't give her any more.
And that would be me. At some point, I'm not obligated to discuss things with you. Now, listen, as one thing that we can say about Beyonce and Jay-Z, let's be very honest about that. In their situation, they have had many people come out and try to manipulate situations with stories, regardless of whatever story. And I mean, they continue to get hit back and forth. They've never really come out and done anything publicly to dispute them. They'll do things quietly. You'll hear that maybe a lawsuit or a cease to desist was sent out, but they have never come out and came back out with the arguments. So, and actually in a way, I respect that, because necessarily I don't want to hear your tit for tat in a situation. Now, if it's the Epstein files, baby, that's a different thing. I need to hear something and I need to know why. Okay. Let's clap on that one. But when it comes to tit for tats like this, family situations, that's a problem. The Real Black Lexicon says GloRilla has become a serious threat. That sounds like extortion to me. How do you feel about that comment, Deborah? Unmute.
Yes. You know what? I did not think about that. Like, wow. But now when I think about the videos we just watched and the masked men behind GloRilla, it's given that, like, you better do what we say type of thing. But the sad part about this is it's not a new story. We're just exposed more because of the internet. We hear from our older artists about the things that now they're telling their stories about what they went through with their siblings, with their parents, We just talked about, we mentioned behind the stage, we talked about Janet, how she can't call Joe daddy. Like, those are some trauma things going on within the families. And it makes you look at entertainment differently. Because, had they not had entertainment, we wouldn't even hear about these stories. We wouldn't even know about them or what's going on, because this is happening in someone's home right now.
Yes.
Real time.
Yes.
This is happening.
Yes.
But because they're in the light that they're in, that's how we are hearing about it, and it's clickbait and it's going viral, and it's going to live on the internet forever too.
It
That's
sure
about
will. That will be referenced forever. That, baby, I'm so glad I grew up when I grew up and wasn't no cameras. Ooh, Lord. Let me just say hallelujah on that one, because you didn't want to see what all I was doing in the background. But this also brings up, something that's an important fact. I mean, first of all, we're talking about this just because of the status of celebrity. But I also am a true crime chick. Baby, if it's a true crime story, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. And about 90% of the time, it's either love or money. Love or money. Someone wants either one. And they do use financial manipulation with that. You cheated on me, so you better pay this for me, or else I'm going to tell your wife. So, Yolanda, how do you think that we can protect ourselves from financial manipulation? And, this is from stars all the way down.
Yeah, do what a lot of stars do. They stay the hell away from their families. Bottom line, they don't have no communications with them, and there's nothing wrong with that. If somebody is abusing you, you don't have to stay in that situation. It's not proven that you're a good person or anything like that. You leave. People disrespect who you are, you leave, because the act of love, ultimate love, is respecting yourself and getting away from people who disrespect you. That's an act of love.
It
Okay?
is. It
So
is.
they need to leave and stay far away from their family and act like they don't even exist. And it's okay with you're okay with that. It's fine.
And sometimes you just got to let them quack like a duck. If it look like a duck and quack like a duck, it's a duck.
Exactly.
Now let's
just go on.
Sometimes that's the best thing to do to protect your own peace and your own sanity.
Exactly.
But let's see what some other people are saying. I mean, you've heard all of our comments. We see all of your comments. I think all of your comments are very valid, and that you have things that we're saying as well. But let's see what other people are saying about this online.
Tell me y'all finna take care of 12 motherfuckers if you rich? Fucking right. Kenan Ivory Wayans. That's all I gotta say. He put his whole family on, all his siblings, all them niggas rich. Cause you wanna know why? Because Kenan Ivory Wayans was raised off love. GloRilla was raised off survival. Rats and roaches, she ain't telling y'all she got out the mud, it's killed, be killed. That girl ain't trying to go to no rats and roaches no more, and I understand that. But the thing is, facts is facts and logic is logic. A lot of y'all is just proving that y'all don't really care about y'all mama and daddy. Y'all don't give a damn about none of your siblings, because she ain't wrong, let a motherfucker get a job. All right, yeah, get a job, but guess what? Ain't no way I'm rich, my brother's finna be door dashing. I'm gonna do you one better. Hey, bro, let me put a bag in your pocket. You come be my personal driver. Ain't no way my sister finna be selling no plates. All right, come be my personal chef, sis. We finna keep this bag in the family. Kenan Ivory Wayans did it. Y'all just name somebody for y'all that did it. And it just goes to show you Kenan Ivory Wayans' upbringing. And I say it like I said. At the end of the day, seems like to me, every Memphis artist don't get along with their family. Do I need to start a name? Gloss sister was working at BP. She blasted her sister. Finesse 2 times mama got evicted, ain't had no car and all that. He cut her off. He admitted it. Y'all was on him like white on rush. Y'all need to do the same thing for Glo. Because Glo said she bought her mom and dad at her house in a car and shoot. They say she ain't got her mama nothing. She still working for FedEx. She said she put a lot of money in her mama's bank account. Now this is the thing. It is 2 sides to his story. It's even 3. Her side, they side, and the truth. But somewhere in between, man, Scarface ain't lying, and I don't give a care what y'all say. Her word and her delivery is messed up because she's saying she obligated. She's not obligated. Is it messed up? Yes. Because at the end of the day, ain't no way Me and my brother finna go from sleeping on pissy pallets and shit, and I get up and I just be like, fuck all y'all. Cause it's even way to get people money without giving them straight up bread. LLCs. We can open up restaurants. Blow wings and things or something. Shoot, you could open a food restaurant or something. Keep the money in. Shoot, some outlets, the big ass outlets you'll be wearing. Get you an outlets line. Let your sister run the stores or something. It's a way to keep residual income. That's the thing. Her mindset was a residual income. Keenan Ivory Wayne's mind was residual income. All y'all finna be, all us finna be rich. We got money on money on money on money. But no, we live in a dog-eat-dog world. Everybody for theyself, and that's just what it is.
Okay, before I even let any of y'all come in, I'm sorry, Lala's gonna tap into
Say it, Lala. Say it.
First of all, Keenan and his family are all very talented. They all have a like mindset. They all work together. Alignment, mind, body, and spirit. That's different than what this situation is. You cannot take everybody with you. And let's twist that into Sweeties. Y'all remember Sweeties? Had all those restaurants going on. She hired her family. Her nephew took her for everything that she had because he wanted to tap into her wealth and her name. And even the Los Angeles, which should have done extremely well, ended up closing because he was opening restaurants too fast. You can't take everybody with you.
That was her son.
They do not have the same mindset. Your thoughts, Yolanda?
Girl, you hit it. Alignment. Like I was itching. I wanted to tell her to shut up. You don't even know what you're talking about. Keenan Ivory Wayne, the whole Wayne's family are in alignment with each other, and they still are. They all had a like almost the same vision for one another. Okay, they almost are like one. They're like a whole.
They're real.
Okay, like you cannot divide them at all.
They just
mesh well together.
You feel the love. Yes, you do.
There is an alignment there. And one thing she did say that was correct. They were raised with love, while GloRilla and them was raised with hardships. Okay. And even though the Waynes, they lived in a hardship area, they were from Harlem, okay, from where I'm from. All right. They lived in the projects. Okay. There was like 12 of them mofos. But every last one of them, when Keenan went out to Hollywood and he said, this is what I'm doing, and he knew his family was funny too, they all followed suit. And the ones who didn't want to be a comedian, they were light people, sound people, they all followed suit. They all did something within the family to just stay together and make it a cohesive union.
Yes.
That's the difference. Alignment is everything. I'm pretty sure GloRilla did not have alignment with her family. And it shows. Look at what her sister's doing. You will never see Marlon, Sean, not near one of them get on the internet and talk reckless about any of their brothers like that.
No, or their sister. I mean, they don't. And they all express love for their parents.
Even the ones who aren't famous, you wouldn't see them doing this shit.
She just don't see it that way. But Mary, what is your thoughts on that?
Sorry.
Something we have to remember about business. People do business with people that they know, that they like, and that they trust. Okay, they might know each other, but I can tell from what they don't like each other and they don't trust each other. So that's the difference. The Wayans family, they know, like, and trust each other. They know, love, and trust each other. So when you have a foundation of that, then now we can work together. Now we can go into the same direction. Now we can build something together. But when you are my enemy, when you are my op, when you are the person that I have to protect myself from, how do you, we can't do, I don't trust you enough to do business with you. I don't trust you enough to give you $5 to start a $5 business. I don't trust you enough to do anything like that. Because, or better said, I trust you to be the person I have seen you be for the past 20, 30 years of your life to me. And what I have seen in the past 20 and 30 years is that if I do give you something, you are going to stab me in the back. You're going to lose it. You're going to give it to one of your goons or A, B, C, D, and D. We're not going to get anywhere. So that's
Exactly.
the difference. We all wish
Exactly.
that we had we came up in a family like the Wayans. We don't
Right.
want money. I could come up poor if I had that kind of love
Oh
around
man,
me.
I
That
would
would have
take
been
love over
nice.
money any day. Any
We
day.
don't have that.
Now,
A lot of us
I
come
just
up
wanted,
in a
I
family like
just wanted to say, I just wanted to say really quickly, the father set the precedence for the Wayans family. The father set the tone for the family, the love. The father made sure that he instilled that in his boys. When they walk in the room, if an elder needs a seat, the younger ones, down to the children that are even young, know to get up and give that elder the seat.
yes,
And it was their father
all
who
the
set
difference in
that
the
tone.
world.
So
All the difference in the world.
makes a big difference.
But we're not the only ones saying it. Ashi says, but her family had triggers and traumas. The Wayans come from love and not survival. This is why parenting classes are important. Gotta agree with that. Double A says she was annoying because each family is different. We don't know what Glo is like, and doesn't matter either way. It's her money. It's her choice. I ain't gonna read that, anonymous. I love you. I'm so glad to see you. This is my first time seeing you this year, but I ain't gonna read that, love. I'm not gonna do it. Listen, we got some stats. We're gonna check out some stats before we get ready to go, because stats are important. So, Lala loves her stats. So let's check out a couple of stats. Roughly 36% of US adults report having medical debt. What happened? Okay, that was a different stat. Okay, I didn't get a chance to get that first one. We'll try the second one. In the US, about 38% of adults say money is a major source of stress in their life, and family obligations are often part of that pressure. Wow. A 2023 survey found that nearly 50% of Americans have supported an adult family member financially, including parents, siblings, and adult children. And about 1 in 3 Americans, roughly 33%, provide financial support to family members outside of their household. Now, listen, these are really real numbers, and we aren't celebrities. But I also think that there's a difference between village and people who feel like they're deserving of anything that you got. There are two different things going on. I think two things can be true at once. So before we get out of here, I would like to hear everyone's final comments, and please let us know where we can find you. Yolanda, I'm going to start with you first today, please.
So my final comment is this. I had a grandma, okay? She passed away, but before she passed away, I didn't tell anybody, but I secretly paid her light bill because that's all I could afford at the time. All right. I was just working a regular little 9 to 5, trying to pay my own bills, but I secretly paid her light bill every month until she passed away, because that was my contribution to her. And, even though her and I used to have little rough edges here and there, I still did my duty, because no matter what, she took care of us. She loved us to the best of her ability. And that was just that. All right. So I do. One of us, I think it was Marye, who said we take care of those who take care of, we should take care of those who take care of us. And I do believe that. All right. My mother was a teenage mom. She didn't make the best decisions with me, but she still took care of me. I've always had food, lights, and a place to stay. I will always take care of my mama, no matter what. Anywho, Yolanda Spivey, reach me. mwhitney.com. If you need some insurance, even your pinky toe insured, we got you. We can insure any and everything under the sun. Give us a call. And right now it's Insure Your Love Month, because it's all about Valentine's Day, or the month of love. So insure somebody that you love, y'all. Insure them. Give them the gift of life insurance. Give us a call.
That is love. That is love, because I done seen too many people and too many families fighting afterwards. Give them the gift of your insurance, please. Please do that. Deborah, what is your final thoughts, and where can we find you if you want to be found?
This is such a great topic today. My final thoughts are let's lead with love, y'all. Let's lead with love. Like hurts. It takes a lot of energy to be negative, to hurt people. And hurt people. So let's get healed so you can love. Like, we want to lead with love. We want our families whole. We want our Black community to be whole. We want to be, listen, we want to be able to have our own everything and invite people over without any type of isms. No isms, just love. And my name is Deborah E. Williams. I can be found on YouTube, Deborah Wilwin 11. Thank you guys for having me.
I love having you, Deborah. This is the first time we've actually been on the show together. So I am very happy that you are here. You are such a beautiful energy into our queendom. All right, Miss Mary, what is your final thoughts and where can we find you? Can't hear you.
Shout out to Black History Month. My final thoughts are, my heart just goes out to GloRilla, and my heart goes out to all of my beautiful Black people out there who come from dysfunctional, fucked up families, for lack of a better word. And I mean that word too. Okay. And so I just, for a final thought, I want to give you Carl Jung. I mentioned him earlier, but I just love his work. I really got into his work, and he really helps you navigate that trauma. And so, like Yolanda said earlier, going to sit at a therapist's chair is not for everybody. Healing comes through so many paths. Just like there's so many paths to God. Healing has so many different paths. So Carl Jung and his teachings was a great path, and maybe some of you will find that path will suit you. Mary Dean Esquire at thewallstreetlawyer.com. Support my mission, blackwallstreet.com, because Black wealth is critical to Black power.
Yes, it is. And listen, Mary did talk about what this month is. Baby, this is a month of love, and especially Black love. And there is always something that you can learn about our culture. So let me tell you one that you should know, because a lot of people don't know this one. Listen, a former slave who was actually owned by George Washington, who he loved, absolutely loved her, didn't want her to go anywhere. Her name was Onesie Judge. And he loved her so much that he didn't want to let her go. Now, mind you, whatever he was saying out of his mouth was actually the opposite of what he was doing behind closed doors. When he was claiming that, slavery was, you shouldn't be doing all that and stuff, he wasn't letting go of Onesie. Onesie got her opportunity to leave, and she left and she ran. Behind closed doors, George Washington put out private messages to bring her back, because he wanted her so bad that he hunted that lady down until his death. She happened to thrive and move on and have more children and live a free life. Someone asked her, would you rather go back to where you were? She said, why? My freedom is priceless. And therefore, she was not going back into that life of bondage. Know her name, Onesie Judge. Look her up, y'all, because she is very, very, very important to our Black history. Because no matter what these people say out here in the public, doesn't necessarily mean that they actually believe that behind closed doors. And how you spell that is Oney, last name Judge, Judge. Now listen, here's Lala's final thought, quick and simple, because this is how I really feel about it. If you want honor, you got to be honorable. If you want love, you've got to be lovable. You can't take everybody with you, and that's okay. And don't you let someone guilt you into the fact that they want you to do what they want you to do for them. And where you can find me is LoriKey.net. I have a brand new series this year. I'm super excited, y'all. I'm launching my Lunch and Learns. And the first one will be coming up in just a couple of weeks. And we're going to talk about how I can help you do some things in simple old Canva to up your game on what you're doing. You ain't got to buy all these things, but what you can do is up your game very simply. So make sure you go to LoriKey.net. I want to say thank you to all of our family and all of our panel today for being here. We appreciate you. We are in the beginning of the new year. And let me tell you something, this is going to be a beautiful year. Why? Because we're going to make it that way. No matter what is going on in the world, the fact that we are all here in unity tells you just how much power we are. We will always outnumber them. And when we step into that power, we will be the change. Now listen, success changes everything, especially family dynamics. The real issue is not whether people should help. The issue is how support is handled and what boundaries look like when money enters the picture. If you are building wealth, you need a plan for family support. And that protects you and still makes room to put in love, responsibility, and long-term stability. That's what we got for you today. Make sure that you follow us. If you ever want to see where we are, when we're coming up, you want to text the word Queens, Queens, to 879-48. Yeah, but see, I haven't done that in a while. Oh, Lala got a voice back today. So listen, check us out every day, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be blessed and have a beautiful weekend. Peace out. Bye.
Jamona.